I have no idea if you remember yesterday's quote, which was a different song lyric. This one, John Fogerty wrote the words. Creedence Clearwater Revival was the band. Actually, the band Creedence played with Steve Miller. First concert I ever saw in 8th grade. Santa Cruz, red, white, and blue beach. But, hey, who'll stop the rain? Now, if you read this and take it literally, it may not make sense. But what is this? Is this allegory? Is this metaphor? What is it? Is it some archetypal theme that runs through history? I mean, play it out just in the 24-hour news cycle, and it would be easy to apply this to the different networks that, rain down on you, whether or not you're watching. But in the classroom, I'll tell you what, from my point of view, I've got confusion because I told you, reading about Asperger's and going, oh, well, that explains it, why I don't understand people. I have tried my best to build a classroom in which kids can excel, which I take away the typical school requirement for earning a grade. I want you guys to be free of that and just face the obligation to try your best, not give up, learn from your mistakes, and play by the rules. That's it. Play by the rules. Follow the instructions. Yesterday, I asked you guys to do something. And I've told you this, but I don't know if you really understand it. I'm going to jump over to Photoshop. This is what I see. Okay, I blurred out the names. But this is what I see every class. Okay? And it's not me sitting here saying, oh, can I catch someone at something? What's this guy doing? Nothing's happening on this screen. The idea is I want to know about your level of engagement. I want to know how the class is working because I'm clueless. Okay? I mean, I can see people working. I can see levels of engagement. But when I ask you to do something, yesterday the whole theme was, it's the first day of the 7th week. You now know what I expect. And here's what I expect. I want you to do this. And this, as it relates to yesterday, was a specific task that I watched student after student neglect. Well, to be honest, I watched most of you follow through and do it. But then there's this whole other collection of students. I watched kids working on their Illustrator file while the videos played. I've already explained to you about attention switching and how the idea of multitasking is a myth for all but a very few individuals. It's in the 1 to 2% range who can authentically multitask. Got kids playing music while videos are playing. You guys, I have 4 things that I grade you on. If I don't hold you to those 4 things, then what am I? I'm a liar. I'm a fake. I'm a fraud. I want to at least be true to my word. I would like to work with you. And for the most part, we are. But for those who, I understand what it's like. I'm excited about my project. I don't want to be deterred. I waited all week to get back in here. I don't know. You have the apps at home. Maybe you don't have a computer that can run it, and maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Delay your gratification in order to take care of business and do your job. And if you don't know what your job was yesterday, perhaps you should go back and actually watch those videos. I really look forward to great things this year, and I'm going to try my darndest. I'm going to try to understand where I'm failing to connect with some of you. Hey, Scott, there's too many videos. Well, how about I just run the class like everybody else and stand in front of the room and yak at you all, period. And then say, okay, everybody open up Illustrator and everybody click here and everybody do this. You want to do that? You want to work like that? Or do you want some freedom? That freedom comes with responsibility. You're going to have to make up your mind. And believe me, I can test you. I think by now you've come to learn that I kind of know how these programs work. And I can see whether or not you're following the instructions simply by the evidence on your computer screen. Hey, look, this dock is up. This dock is up. These are individuals who did not follow the instructions. There's plenty of others, okay? There's plenty of other ways I know what's going on. I don't want to be a policeman. I want to be a co-conspirator in our struggle to reinvent education, to prove to the world that high school kids can and should be in charge of the pace of their learning, that you guys are responsible beyond your years, that you can prove to the rest of the world that what happens in the Mac Lab actually works for most kids. And it does work for a lot of kids. How am I failing to reach you? I mean, look at the walls. You really don't want to learn how to do cool stuff like that? What do you want to do? Draw stick figures all day? Draw cars that don't look like cars? If you want to draw cars, you have to practice. You have to learn how to use the tools. If you want to draw stick figures, you have to study caricatures. You have to learn how to build a universe of characters that all evolved on the same planet where everyone's a stick figure. There are so many ways you can succeed in here, but every single one of them depends on us working together. There you go. There's my 2 cents for today. You guys have a great day. If you didn't do what I asked you to do yesterday, perhaps today's a good day to do that.